Hello, tax people. I know tax season is running a little behind this year for some, especially in Texas, due to the winter storm. By the time it was time to file, a lot of people were snowed in and just trying to survive. Then it was pushed back because of the delayed of COVID payments. So you're probably scrambling, and this year is definitely not like any other year. And while you have extra time to think, let me remind you that it is so important to make sure you understand just how important tax information is, just how detrimental it is to get it right, and to understand the filing of your taxes. Don't just look for the greatest refund or return. Don't worry. I don't mean that I want you to pay. I just want you to understand what you're doing and to make sure that you know whatever you do in your tax return will follow you. So if you're trying to buy a home and you are claiming that maybe you did have a gig job where you got a 1099. So people are telling you write off everything. Remember, those write offs cost you. It's not as simple as, hey, I write it off and it's okay. You're going to need those documents, and you cannot have it both ways. You can't pull a 50 cent, all shade included, where he got into trouble, and as soon as it benefited him, he wanted to say, oh, I make no money. And then right around the time of the election, and he thought that Democrats were going to raise his taxes, and he talked about how much money he made. Yeah, you can't really do that. You can't play both sides. If you make money and you want to prove it because you're trying to buy a home or a car, then guess what? You need to say that. It needs to be on your taxes. When it gets down to getting approved for a loan, no matter who's approving, they're going to look at everything. And so when you want to be conveniently broke and then all of a sudden you make money, honey, all of those numbers have to add up. Check out my video. The numbers tell a story, and that story has to be consistent. You can't say I make $25 an hour and yet I have a 400 credit score. See, those two numbers don't jive. You make enough money, you say you have very little bills, they're going to look at everything. It all goes together, from the credit score to the amount you make to the debt ratio that you have. You cannot say, oh, I make $20 and I bring home $2,400, but out of that $2,400 a month, 1,800 of it is gone to bills. Nobody's going to lend you money. I'm trying to get you to understand that while you do something for one season in tax season, it can and will haunt you for the rest of your life. And a lot of people will tell you, hey, just have somebody amend those returns and send them back. You think the IRS doesn't know that? You think that people you're trying to borrow from do not know that? Guess what? The next step they're going to want to see is pay stubs and bank statements. And bank statements carry a lot of weight. And a lot of people have opted out of not working with banks and prepaid cards and different things. All of those things tell a story. Is your account drawing and getting to zero every month? Are you going into the negative? It tells everything about who you are from the numbers. Now, it may not be a fair picture, but that's why I'm giving you the heads up. You need to make sure that the way you live your life, the way you manage your money, is the picture that you want to paint, and it is the picture that people need to see if you're expecting to get anything, whether it be an SBA loan, whether it be a mortgage, whether it be a car, whatever it is, or if you're trying to open a business, entrepreneur, remember in the beginning you are the business. And it takes time and strategy and patience and consistency to build up credit for your business. That's another video, and we'll talk about it. And a lot of people miss steps. They try to rush, they do things fast, and it never works. You've got to really understand what you're doing. So don't just rush getting your taxes done because you just need some money right now. You got to think about now and you got to plan for the future. And if you have questions, trust me, I'm your girl. Call me. Let's talk about it. Let's see how we can make sure we meet today's goals as well as the goals for the future. We want to hit short term and long term goals, and we can do it. It's been your girl, the Queen Bee of Doing Business Better, talking about tax preparation. Don't do the wrong thing for immediate action or immediate gratification right now, and it costs you long term. Bye bye.